Alright, so this next quest we're going to be doing is the Night Terrors quest, which involves our dreamer friend, Fenrir. Now, this quest is quite kind of interesting and important because it's has a great effect based on who you decide to take with you on this quest. It can definitely have a number of different results or effects. So I mentioned that I was going to take Sebastian again. I'm actually going to go ahead and take him again for this. Just for this initial part, and you'll probably see why. I'm also... You can also take this based on how you want to deal with certain types of points in that regard. So... Obviously, I maxed out almost everyone, but the keyword is almost. And then, of course, there is bringing people that I am actually kind of okay with, like getting certain points with them. So I'm taking Sebastian for the moment, but you'll see the difference later. You also notice that Aveline is not entirely maxed out, but that's going to change.
I understand you are of noble birth.
My father was a chevalier. He had to flee Orlais when his patron was murdered.
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't have been suited for the life of an Orlesian noblewoman anyway.
But surely you wish it had been different. To be a lady of Orlais and not a city guardsman.
Not for one moment. I'd rather kill a bandit and save a merchant's family than know the correct dance steps and which rouge is in fashion.
Yeah. You can also see this is one of the reasons why I'm not really fond of bringing Sebastian along for Party Bander.
I used to frequent places like this. The number of times my parents, the servants, dragged me home.
So many expenses. If only Karen got paid regularly.
Actually, before we do this, there's one thing I want to do real quick, because I heard that this can happen if we do a certain thing. I think we did it before, so before we talk to his mother, let's go to Sundermount.
I hope this wasn't presumptuous, but I added your husband's name to the memorial wall in the chantry.
Wesley? But you never knew him.
He was a Templar. He refused to abandon the people of Ferelden to the Blight. He died too young. The Grand Cleric will read his name during the chant of remembrance.
Thank you. That is... very kind.
He walks with the Maker. But it is no shame for those left behind to mourn.
That is nice.
The guards don't come this far out. It's better for both sides.
Dalish crafting is second to none, I assure you.
Well, now that's interesting. We'll have to check that out later. So I thought that there was something here where if we actually come back here to Sundermount, if you made a certain choice with Fenrir, that you could encounter a specific scene. From what I read in the wiki, it's if you choose to hand him over to the Templars, which I thought is what I did, but I don't know. Maybe I also mistimed it? I don't know.
I wish we could do without places like this. I really do.
I was hoping you'd come. You did so much for my Fainreal already, but he refuses to see me. But I know he's chafing at the Circle's ways that keep the demons from him. And now they've taken him. 2 days ago, Fainreal went into a nightmare and hasn't returned.
He can't be woken up?
Sir Thrask tells me he lies like the dead. He barely breathes.
Surely there are mages who can pursue him in the Fade.
I have contacted Keeper Marathari. The Dalish have an ancient ritual that might help. But it requires someone Fainreal trusts to enter the Fade to free him.
I did some work for you. That doesn't make me your boy's best friend.
You may not think so, but I believe Fainreal does. Sir Thrask told me that Fainreal speaks of you with great respect. The Keeper says Fainreal's powers are a throwback to ancient magics that once let elves shape the Fade. The only way to reach him is through his dreams.
How would such a magic work?
I am no mage. I only know the Keeper said it was a power greatly feared by the Tevinter Magisters.
I'm not afraid of demons.
Marathari is coming to perform the ritual that will bring Fainreal back. His childhood things here will help anchor him. Are you willing to submit to her magic to save my son?
What does the ritual entail?
The Keeper can explain it better than I. Her ritual will send you into the Fade. Once there, I imagine you face down the demons until Fainreal regains control of himself. You will be unable to return from the Fade until he does.
I would not see the demons acquire a new source of power.
I know his power makes him dangerous, but please, it's not Fainreal's fault. Be gentle with him.
Perhaps this is something best left to the Circle.
The Keeper will delve into the ancient magics to protect this half-breed. She wouldn't do so for me.
I've already called for the Keeper. We need to begin the ritual as quickly as possible. Would you like to stay here or return when she arrives?
This is too urgent to delay.
You have been far kinder than I had any right to expect.
I came quickly, Ariane. I did not wish to tell you by letter how grave your son's situation is. The magic he possesses makes him what the Tevinters called Somniari, a dreamer. Dreamers have the power to control the beyond, what humans call the Fade. Fainreal is the first in 2 ages to survive.
What can a dreamer do?
Dreamers are unique for their ability to enter the Fade at will, without the aid of Lyrium. In the Fade, they can shape dreams, and even affect the world beyond the Veil. Tevinter Somniari used to enter the minds of sleepers, and slay them in their dreams.
Is there a difference between the Beyond and the Fade?
They are the same. By either name, the Fade is the realm of spirits, Thedas' heart, while the mortal realm is its strong arm. The demons who live there covet the bodies of mortals, and seek to possess them. Only mages ever touch the Fade in a waking state. Others see it in dreams.
Why are they so rare?
Dreamers have great power in the Fade. They attract demons. Luckily, Most prove too frail of mind to survive a demon's possession. A dreamer abomination would be near unstoppable.
What exactly are we going to do here?
The elves of the Dales were experts in the Somniari arts. They could even help those with no power enter the Fade. I have done my best to recreate the ritual. We will use Fainriel's childhood home as a focus to draw him back through the veil.
So, if I do your ritual, I assume there's some kind of reward.
We will live. If that is not reward enough, perhaps you will accept the tome where I found this ritual. It should bring a fair price from the mages of the Circle. Now, Ariane, please excuse us. We must prepare.
Oh, of course.
There is more I must tell you that is not for her ears.
I want to get this over with.
Fainriel cannot become an abomination. The destruction he would cause is unimaginable. If you cannot save him from the demons, you must kill him yourself. A death in the Fade will make him what your circle calls tranquil. He will be no threat after.
I will not let him become a danger.
I wish you luck. Now, gather a team, and we will begin. Choose carefully, for all will face temptation.
I cannot join you in this. The Fade is no place for men of faith.
Can I come? I'd love to see the ritual. And I promise I won't be a bother.
I can't imagine what aid I could offer in a realm of dreams and magic.
Let us begin.
So yeah, Sebastian just immediately excused himself from this. So I'm going to take Meryl, and I'm going to keep Aveline. And then, now there's an order here, because of, like, one of the demons will tempt one or the other based on who is there. Certain characters have priority over others. I'm going to take Anders, or I'm sorry, Vengeance. But let's just say you're going to get to actually see him here.
I had not thought to return in such a way. It is good to feel the breath of the Fade again, not the empty air of your world.
We're just here for a visit, so don't get too homesick.
I am Justice. Anders has told you of me. Come. I sense Fainwheel's mind straining. We will not have much time.
Now, I like that he immediately activates Vengeance while in here, because, well, of course he does. Now, why did Sebastian give me friendship? That was supposed to give me rivalry. I think it's because I said I understand to make Fainriel tranquil is probably why. That's unfortunate. You're supposed to get rivalry with him when you first go there, and he's like, I cannot do this. And so he leaves. But he also gets rivalry for that. But yeah, I like that Vengeance immediately activates for Vengeance when we go in here. And speaking of Vengeance, I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, he just said he's Vengeance, or he's just said he's Justice. Doesn't that mean he's actually Justice and not Vengeance? No. As I've said before, they no longer exist. What this is to me, this is Vengeance claiming to be Justice, but that's because Vengeance is all that remains, and he's claiming to be Justice, but the reality is that it's not actually the Justice that we knew in Dragon Age Awakening. This is Vengeance walking around claiming to be Justice. It's like what I said about Anders, that he's walking around claiming to be Anders, but this is not really Anders.
Well, it's rare to see two forgotten magics in one day. It's usually a slow place, the Fade. Not many surprises. I wasn't sure I'd like this one, but it has potential. A demon of sloth. It exists to make men forget their purpose and their pride. Do not relax around it. Call me Torpor, I have a proposition that might interest you.
I will not give in to temptation, fiend.
Have it your way.
That actually got me some friendship with Aveline.
That's enough! Nicely done.
Sloth demon, and I looked at the creature and it had become me, a veritable copy of my form, of my very mind, stared back at me as if from within a mirror. I thought surely that this was a trick, an illusion meant to put me off guard. But as I engaged the thing with my sword, it fought me with maneuvers that I recognized. It parried as I parried. It swung as I swung. It spoke to me and said things that only I could know. I think this demon of sloth has no form or identity of its own. It is envy as much as sloth, I believe, and mine was not the first shape it stole that day. The most difficult assumption for some who study demons to overcome is the notion that a sloth demon is in and of itself slothful. If that were so, it seems highly unlikely that any such demons would cross the veil into our own world, or once here would fight to possess any creature with a will of its own. And we both know these things to not be the case. Certainly some demons are lazy and complacent, but who knows? Perhaps these creatures even cultivate such a reputation. The truth is that demons of sloth are named so because this is the portion of the human psyche that they feed upon. Doubt, apathy, entropy. They seek to spread these things. The sloth demon hides in its forms, a master of shapes and disguises, always in the last place you look. And from its hiding place, it spreads its influence. A community afflicted by a demon of sloth could soon become a dilapidated pit where injustices are allowed to pass without comment, and none of the residents could be aware that such a change that has even taken place. The sloth demon weakens, tears at the edges of consciousness, and would much rather render its victim helpless than engage in a true conflict. Such creatures are best faced only with a great deal of will, and only with an eye to piercing their many disguises. Alright, so what do you say we head on this direction first? Fainriel's Pride. Beyond the veil, spirits and demons. Just kind of scroll through this. I'm not going to read this. I'll just go ahead and scroll through it in case you guys want to read it yourself. Like, some stuff I'll read, but not everything. That'd be like me reading in, if we were playing Morrowind. That would be insane. I'm like, no, I'm not reading everything.
My people, I present to you our hope. His features may mark him as human, but in his heart beats the blood of the Dales. He is now a prisoner of the Circle, but through us, he shall find freedom.
I don't know what to say.
That's not the Keeper, Fainriel. Demons can take on other forms.
He lies. The first enchanter is a pawn of the Templars.
No. Silence, demon! This is what the Circle warns of. The temptation. You're not the Keeper. Mother's people have no Circle, but they don't consort with demons.
You. Why did you interfere?
With my power joined to his, Fainriel would have changed the world.
There can be no honest deal with a demon.
No? You think I will lie then, when I offer your friends what Fainriel turned down? You think this elf, with her innocent face, would turn down a demon's offer? She didn't before. How about it? Would you take what I offered the boy? Scion of the Dalish, savior of elvenkind.
Can you do that?
I am the greatest of my kind. Whatever tricks your little pet has taught you will pale in comparison.
Do it and you're a dead woman.
I cannot put you ahead of the fate of my people.
You took my dreamer. Now you'll take his place.
Notice that Meryl actually turns against us.
This is my favorite part! At you!
That's it, Fenriel. Hard on the downstroke, then lift. Good. I'll have you scribing all my letters soon. If I'd known you were such a brave lad, I'd have brought you into the business years ago.
Does that mean I can come with you to Antitha, Father? Mother said maybe this summer. Right, Mother?
Your father never wanted anything to do with you. Don't trust him.
Why are you lying to me?
Don't listen, son. She's always been ashamed of you. She wanted you gone, so she could go back to the dailies. I'm the one who loves you.
But why can't I remember you?
It's not your father, Fenriel. You're trapped in the Fade by a demon.
A demon? No. No, I want this!
Then remember this is who took away them.
Only thing you ever wanted.
Ah!
You turned him against me.
And now you're going to die.
Take away my pets, and I'll take away yours. How loyal are these friends you drag into the Fade? What would your noble knight do to reclaim what she lost?
You spent your whole life trying to be the chevalier your father wanted. The one thing you chose for yourself, and the dark spawn took him.
Wesley?
Come back to me, love. Everything went wrong when we met this family of apostates. Kill her, and everything we lost will be restored.
You make one move. I'll take your bloody head off.
Is that how a friend would speak to you?
I failed you, Wesley. I failed myself. If that moment could be changed.
You want me. Come through her.
And now Aveline turns on us. And I'm dead. Whoa. Okay, we died fast. Wow. That was surprising. Not gonna lie, I was actually a little surprised there. Alright, quick save.
Does that
Blah blah
mean
blah blah.
But
You.
kill her.
Okay, let's see.
Let's finish this! It's not doing anything!
Oh, it's because Aveline's got the really strong stuff here. Okay, so she's actually kind of a powerhouse taking me on. That's part of the problem here. I made Aveline to a powerhouse. And now she is absolutely wrecking me. That's the problem here. Okay. Well, this could be a problem. I think I may have to actually... So here's what I think I'm going to do, actually. Because I think part of the reason is her gear. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove her weapon and shield. Gonna take that stuff off. I'll just give it back to her afterwards. Like, look, Aveline, you can get it back when you're done betraying me, okay?
Does that mean I can come with you to Antitha, Father? But... my...
You...
Kill her.
Alright, let's see if that changed things. Oh, yep. Big difference. Huge difference. I'll give it back to Aveline later. I made her too strong, apparently.
I'm not sure if this is real. If so, it is the second time I owe you my life. The Fade feels different now. I see the stitches, the seams holding it together. I feel I could wake at any moment.
You are free of these nightmares. Where will you go now?
The Circle will only fear me more if I reveal what I can do. I cannot stay there. Perhaps to Vinter. If these powers can be trained, it would be there. My mother would not look kindly on such a journey. Can you give her my farewell?
Sorry, kid.
I can't trust that you will never give in to these temptations. I cannot allow you to live with this power.
You saved me for this! Why? Why?
Because Frostmourne hungers.
Fainriel is tranquil. I'm sorry.
Tranquil? But he said he would rather die than become a walking statue. Oh, my boy. What did you do to him?
It is a horrible fate. But sometimes the tribe must be weighed against one man's suffering.
There's a reason the Chantry kills dreamers.
No. I must go to him. Maybe it's not too late.
That cannot have been an easy choice. Thank you for making it.
I'm sorry. I should have stood beside you. I don't expect that will be enough, but there it is.
You have my apologies. It is easy to forget that one cannot bind demons with words.
Your friend awakened here some time ago. No one is immune to a demon's offer. You made the right choice with Fainriel. This book belonged to the last dreamer of our tribe. It has a rare magic beyond price. Please, accept it with my gratitude.
So, we need to go talk to Meryl and Aveline.
You could...
Oops, sorry. Let's get Anders out of our party. Get Fenris in here.
I can't believe I turned on you. With the demon in the Fade, I'm so sorry. Masaranas. I'll understand if you can't forgive me.
The next time you betray me, I'll cut you down.
I won't. I would never. Masaranas. I've been so careful in all my dealings with spirits until now. To make such an obvious mistake. It frightens me. It takes so little for a mage to fall.
What do you do to protect yourself from demons?
The Keeper taught me. In the Fade, you must believe nothing but yourself. Everything there is a lie, or a trick, or a trap. I knew not to trust, and I don't know why I did.
What made you give in?
It felt like every word the demon spoke reached out and pulled at my heart. I didn't want to believe it, but I just had to.
You could have killed Fainrail, or me, or become an abomination.
But I didn't. You stopped me and put things right. Thank the creators you were there. It won't happen again, I'll make sure of that.
I've got something for you.
Ooh. Did you get this from Master Island? It looks like his work. He's always carving Hala out of bits of scrap. Before we left for Eldon, he had so many. The Keeper said he'd need 10 real Hala to pull his carved ones north.
That doesn't sound healthy.
I suppose you would see it in a bad light. It's a kind gift. I should put this away somewhere.
Now, let's go talk to Aveline.
Good day, Sarah.
Is it cold in here? I'm having trouble staying warm. Ever since the Fade and that thing inside Fainrail.
You have something you want to say about that?
What about it?
I figured you'd try to make up for turning on me.
That thing perverted a memory that I was at peace with. It cut me open. If that's what mages contend with, I'm less opposed to the gallows.
Maybe you're not as at peace with your past as you think.
I harbor one regret, and I deserve to have my mind stripped of control. I suppose the wealthy beg for thieves, and the beautiful invite rape.
That's a bit much.
Is it? It wasn't in your head. I don't want to think about it, Hawk. I wasn't meant to. Nothing going on, but trouble tends to follow you, so I'm keeping an eye out.
Ah, and here we are in the center of power. Smell the oppression, everyone.
Yes, smell the oppression. It's everywhere. Ooh, hold on. Aha, another tomb. Destroy it! Huh. So this is why we get this throne in Inquisition. Okay, so that's part of that quest, Forbidden Knowledge, by the way. So I just have to go around and seek more of those, and then we'll have another kind of like, you know, finale to that quest. So, I'm at a bit of a crossroads here because, as I said, I want to do the DLC in this Act 2. We'll save the Talus DLC for Act 3, but I want to do the Legacy DLC for Act 2. It's just a matter of how far into the main plot do we actually want to do it. Because I could do it now. Like, I could also go to these places, but... In fact, hold on a second. Oh, hey, Seamus.
I hope you can help my father, Sirrah Hawk. The Qunari don't need to be his enemy.
Good day, Sirrah.
Yeah, well...
This one time, I was sailing to Lemerin, and there was a fight between two of my men. It was over a dice game, or the last piece of toast or something. Sailors, they're touchy about their toast.
Is this going anywhere?
It will if you let me finish. So, there's a knife fight, and Jim ends up with a broken-off blade stuck in his shoulder. It's buried deep in there, and we're out at sea at least a week from the nearest port. If you were there, you could have reached in and plucked that blade right from his flesh.
That's your whole point?
Pretty much.
If you're here to see Keren, it's not worth the effort. Wilmod, Keren and I were close once, and now Wilmod's dead. Keren kidnapped, then discharged from the Order.
Is there a point to your belly aching?
You're right. There's something I'd like to do. I've heard his family is in deep with a Tevinter moneylender near here, Sinestra the Snake. Keren's father is too proud. His children don't even know. If I were rich enough, I'd pay off the debt myself. But there is an alternative.
And I take it this alternative involves me. Go on.
Sinestra, by all accounts, is a cancer on our most downtrodden. Make her preserve me, but I believe the world would be a better place without her. If you help Keren, I vow I'll send you what coin I have. I must go.
Please do not bother the recruits.
Hi, Cullen.
Hawk, the new scion of the Amel family. Congratulations. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Everyone seems concerned about the Qunari. What's the Templar stance?
They are heathens. They will stop at nothing less than the eradication of the Chantry. But we can't know the immediate goals of the Qunari in Kirkwall. Should it come to open conflict, we are the largest army in the city. We will be the ones to lead its defense.
Is there anything I can help the Templars with?
Oh, you're kind to offer, but after what happened with Tirani 3 years ago, the Knight Commander has closed ranks. Our own men undergo weekly questioning, and she's eliminated all work with outsiders. It's hard to keep recruitment up enough to maintain our numbers.
I keep hearing about the Knight Commander. When do I get to meet her?
I'm afraid she's become more reclusive since you came to Kirkwall, Hawk. These last 3 years, especially, she's been very suspicious of outside influences. I almost wonder if something happened.
Yep, it did.
I've been searching for you everywhere. These mages are getting bolder by the day.
At this time, apprentice.
No.
Something happened while Fainriel was in the Fade.
Don't you remember
He
me?
awoke with his connection
Of course.
severed.
You are
He is
apprentice
tranquil.
Jacob.
Ariane took poison, rather than see him like that.
Illicit? I love you.
I am Sir Ulric's now. He's the only one who can command me.
Remember that name for later, Sir Ulric. And just keep that conversation we just heard between the two of them in your mind of, well, what he what Ulrich did to that woman later on when we meet him, just so you can find out how much more horrible that conversation is between them. Also, I don't know if you caught what Thras just said, but Ariane actually committed suicide when she found out that Fainriel indeed is tranquil.
I can't keep the lyrium on the docks. Maybe dump it in the sea?
My parents were so proud the day I joined the...
There's Elaine and Grace.
It just keeps getting worse.
They're getting worse. Now they deny us our grimoires, our staffs. How are we to resist demons when they take all the tools of magic away from us?
I've been loyal to the Order. The Knight Commander doesn't make it easy.
It is a great honor to serve the Order and the Knight Commander.
You remember those three, right? From earlier?
That statue over there is a statement on modern life. Possibly the statement is, well, shit.
You're looking well. My store is much better stocked, thanks to you. If you're interested in hunting down more ingredients, I can make other creations. And of course, I'll pay you for your work.
Sure. Just let me know what you need.
Perfect. I have a list of ingredients right here. The Danish actually agreed to part with the ink. Or did you... No, never mind. Better that I don't know.
Kirkwall may not have...
Huh. Hey, look, at least we're not Ferelden. Alright, so I mainly did that just to kind of, you know, avoid triggering any possible cutscenes or anything, just by going here, because obviously I want to go around to the shop, see if there's anything I can grab in the meantime, just, you know, off-camera stuff, you know, but then again, this is a game I could just reload a save in case that does happen, and try to avoid it so I can show it to you guys on camera. So anyways, when we come back, I'm gonna figure out whether or not to go ahead with the main plot, or if we do the DLC. So stay tuned to find out.